welcome to Moving On TV, the station that gives you hope. You know, we are sponsored by Martin Ottewill Hypnotherapy, and today Martin Ottewill is here to give us a session to help us to how to use hypnotherapy and to show you how a trance actually operates. So he's going to do a trance on me so that you don't have to be worried about trances making you do things that you don't want to do. You know, it's not stage hypnotherapy. So, hi Martin.
Today I'm conducting a live hypnotherapy session. I'm going to get Lauren to go between waking and sleeping or into a trance state. It's a natural state. We all experience it every day of our lives. Our capacity for this trance state is variable. Everybody has a capacity to go into the trance state, some more than others. During a stage hypnosis, they tend to find by inductions and by tests, they tend to find out who is more susceptible to hypnosis or the trance state, and they tend to work on those people, and it's basically all together. It's like an entertainment. Everybody's the expectation is so strong that they basically will go along with the hypnotist's wishes, and he, from that point on, he's able to wheedle out the ones who are more susceptible to his inductions, to his commands, and then he sort of he bases his show around those people. But we've all got different propensities to the trance state, some more than others. Today I'm going to work with my wife Lauren, and we're going to get her into a trance state and give her a few positive suggestions. Once she's there, we can give her some positive suggestions. Essentially, hypnosis works in a way where you close down the conscious mind, shall we say. The conscious mind is the more rational part of the mind. That makes your everyday decisions. It helps you to give you, what you want to do. It's the analytical part of the mind. And the subconscious mind, the main part of the mind, is where all your stored memories are held, all your learned memories, all your emotions, all your imagination, and all your long-term memories are held.
Okay. So there you have it. So Martin's going to put me into a trance now, and you're just going to watch as he counts me down and helps me go into a trance to help me relax, so that we can release the stigma of what hypnotherapy is and what it isn't. So sit back and enjoy me relaxing. Thank you.
I want you now to start focusing on your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And keeping your eyes closed, just allow all the relaxation you now have in your eyelid to go all the way down to your feet. Just feel all the relaxation now going all the way down to your feet. If you don't feel that right away, don't worry, it will soon catch up with you. Allow your feet to feel very relaxed. Allow this feeling of relaxation now to go up the muscles to your knees. Let all the muscles up towards your knees feel very relaxed. Now let all the muscles of your thighs relax. Deeply relaxed. And let this relaxation flood all the large and small muscles of your back. Just feel your large and small muscles of your back start to relax. And you can feel this feeling of relaxation spreading throughout your body. Now all the muscles of your shoulders down to your arms, to the tips of your fingers, starting to relax. And all the muscles of your neck relax. Flying right up over your head and down into your eyes. And all your eyes, all the muscles around your eyes relax. And all the muscles around your chin relax. If your teeth are clenched, just unclench your teeth and you will feel your body start to relax so much more. Now, any sounds you may hear will guide you into a deeper state of relaxation, and the sound of my voice will guide you even deeper into this calm and wonderful feeling of relaxation. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 down to 3. With each count, your body will start to relax even more. So get ready now. 1, feeling relaxed. 2, relaxing more and more. 3, very comfortable and very relaxed. Your whole body feels so relaxed. So relaxed that if I should ask you to lift a leg or an arm, you would feel so relaxed, you would not feel like lifting them. But even so, Lauren, I would like you now to try and lift your left arm. Alright, stop trying, it feels so deeply relaxed. You just want to let it rest right where it is. And as you do so, you feel a state of even greater calmness and release. Now, Lauren, there is a place I want you now to go to in your mind, which is either real or imaginary, a place which belongs to you, where you can go to whenever you feel you need to feel relaxed and at peace with the world. I'm sure you know where to go, a place like where this place is. At the count of 5, I want you to take yourself to this place, a place where you can go and feel completely at ease with the world. So get ready now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're there. And you're there. Now notice your surroundings now, feeling so at ease with yourself. This is a place where nothing and no one can harm you, where you feel completely at one. A place which fills you up with energy, where you can be creative. And perhaps in this place you may share it with a friend. And this could be anybody you choose. A good friend, an old friend, or an imaginary friend. Perhaps there's a question on your mind. Perhaps you can ask this friend this question. you do so, just nod your head and wait an answer. That's good. Now at this point, Lauren, if there's anything that's stressing you, or there's any problems that you feel, I want you to imagine that you could stuff them all into an imaginary pink balloon. If you could see them all in your mind's eye, you could see them as perhaps rows of sentences that could be shoved into a big pink balloon. All any problems or stresses or strains, upsets or hurts, and you could shove them into this pink balloon and then tie it up and release it into the distance. And as it flows out to the distance, all those stresses go with it. All those strains go with it. Are you ready to release? Now release that, Lauren, and let that go way into the distance, way down into the distance. And as it does so, you feel more and more at peace within yourself and feel energized and relaxed. Now, as you're in this peaceful and relaxed state, I want to give your mind, your subconscious mind, a few suggestions that in the coming days and in the coming weeks you will find a sense of belief and confidence and inner confidence growing within you daily. And bit by bit, day by day, this confidence will grow within you, making you feel more safe and more secure. And nothing and no one can upset or deflect you from your purpose, from your feeling of self-worth, from your ability to do what you know you can do. And any challenges, you will not see them as problems, but you will seek the solution. All problems to you will appear as challenges, things that are necessary for you to achieve success. Success that you so richly deserve, because everybody wants you to win, Lauren. And this feeling of self-worth was set hard within you, like wet concrete, becoming more and more a part of your inner you, the real you, every day, day by day, week by week, and month by month. And you will feel yourself becoming calmer and stronger. Your abilities will be fantastic. You know you have the abilities to achieve what you set your mind to, and to achieve your goals. And to realize that we can only deal with one thing at a time. And you will have the calmness and confidence and peace of mind to deal with things in a relaxed manner as they appear. Nothing and no one can upset you or deflect you from your purposes, your life goals, and your is solid and rock hard. So Lauren, with these thoughts in mind, you feeling yourself in a calm and refreshed state. In a moment I'm going to emerge you, and at the count of 3, and not before, you'll let your eyes open and feel yourself feeling energized and relaxed and ready to meet the new day with a renewed sense of vigor and energy, and feeling like you can take on the world. And be completely energized and refreshed. So get ready now. 1. You're feeling as though you're starting to wake up now. A tremendous amount of energy is now flowing throughout your body, and yet you feel this peace of mind. 2. Feel your eyelids and your eyelids starting to open. In a moment I'm going to count 3 and you'll be awake and back in the fullness of the day, and the new you and the self-confident Lauren will be ready for the whole world to see. Get ready now, Lauren. 3, eyes open, fully awake, relaxed and calm. Welcome back, Lauren. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. That was really, really nice. That was really, really nice. we're going to take a break there. I don't think I need any more confidence, but you know, as people know, my confidence is, but that was wonderful. Just joking there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to set a few questions to Martin, because I know that people who are watching this will have some questions. And as you know, on Moving on TV, we're here to answer the questions you have and to make things more, so people are more aware. What I can say is what I did find fascinating is that I was in quite a difficult space before this, because as you know, I'm going through a lot with my leg. People know I have a mental illness. And I couldn't have got myself to that level. I couldn't have done that on my own. And when Martin said, "Can you lift your arm?"
Your left arm.
Then it was glued to my leg. But I know that if I wanted to get out of here and walk out of the chair, I could have done that. So I had total 100% control over the session. But I didn't want to. I wanted to go with it. So I'm going to ask Martin some questions about how I felt, and as I say, how certain situations might come up that I thought could come up, because I am going through a lot. But we're going to take a break, and it's time for an advert. So would you like to introduce your advert, Martin? Have a look at the camera.
Martin Ottewill Hypnotherapy, down to earth hypnosis.
Thank you. See you back after the break.
Hello, my name is Martin Ottewill of Martin Ottewill Hypnotherapy. I specialise in smoking cessation, weight loss, phobia release, stress management and hypnobirthing. I can do a free assessment via the phone, via Skype or face-to-face at any time. So that's Martin Ottewill of Martin Ottewill Hypnotherapy. Looking forward to your call now. You can also find me on my Facebook page, which is Martin Ottewill Hypnotherapy.
Welcome back. What an amazing experience. You know, we're here now with this new wellness and holistic show. I hope you enjoy it, because we're going to bring on people that are doing amazing things for our world. And one of them is Martin Ottewill with his hypnotherapy. And I was just put into a state of trance. But I do have some questions for Martin. You know, with all the stuff that's going on in my life, a part of me wanted to burst out crying or saying, you know, what would you do, Martin, if you came across a client who really was in panic or depression and they were going through something really serious? How would you deal with it, Martin? So can you tell us?
Well, you would immediately bring them around if there was something that was too much for them to forbear. You would bring them round out of the trance state, and then bring them back to the normal waking state. And then you would then just conduct a normal conversation with them, just straightforward, where you just be a face-to-face discussion, where they would could recount what's hindering them and what their problems are. But then you might say, well, in that case, well, can you remember a time when you were really happy about in your life? How can you remember a particular time or a past event where you felt so energized, so good about yourself, where there was no such thing, you didn't even consider any of your problems? And then that in itself would help them to sort of enter a form of a trance state. After all, there's various trance states can occur all the time. Like when you watch TV, when you listen to music, when you're driving a car, mild trance states can occur. And that alone would, as long as you can get the person to lower their resistance, to lower their guard, that's what you would aim to do. You're looking for the least possible resistance so that you can get them into a trance state. So that would be one way of dealing with it.
Brilliant, Martin. That's a really good answer. As you say, because people do not know what to do a lot of the time with their feelings. So you're kind of building rapport with them, I would say. Is that true? You say we're building rapport with people,
well, yes,
getting them to trust you.
That in itself can help people get to where they want to go. I mean, just by even talking face to face with people, them recounting what their problems are, can help them to sort of unload, just to have that sort of direct contact with another human being and to tell them, because after all, we're trying to get them into an inner state of internal focus here. And they're already going into that direction just by talking to you, and that alone can be a therapy all by itself. Of course, we want to get them into a more focused or more trance, hypnotic state. But just by bringing them around, just by talking to them, and just by getting them to face up, or just to be open. And to be open and just to be clear about what's really troubling them, that in itself can be a therapeutic process all by itself.
Great, because sometimes they probably haven't had anyone to talk to, and you could be the first port of call where they're actually admitting that they've got something that they want help with.
Yeah.
Thank you. Another question I had for you, Martin, was again, I'm a very visual person, and I find it very easy. So if you say to me, can you find somewhere to go where you can relax, and straight away I see Ewington. As everyone knows, I see Ewington Valley, I see the sheep. If you say to me, get this pink balloon, I see a pink balloon. If you say to me, see all the writing and stuff it into a balloon, I see everything. Now, my question is, and a lot of people ask this about, being visual, is what if you can't actually see things? What if you're talking to someone that is not very, doesn't actually, is not as visual? How would you use it? Would you say, can you hear this or can you feel it?
Most people can visualize or somewhere, or be in the moment, in the feeling or in the sounds of somewhere that they really like, because it's had such an effect on their senses and their emotions. So in a sense, really, you would start off with a visualization, and after that then you would sort of build on that and say, well, notice the sounds and the shapes, and perhaps you can hear the sea, and perhaps you can perhaps you can feel, you know, the sand beneath your feet or something. I did a very generalised one for the benefits, for purposes of brevity. But I mean, you could build on that and say, where are you now, and where is this place that you're actually at, and you could build on there. Of course, some people will think in different ways. Some people will think visually, or will be able to visualize. Some people can hear things or in sound. Some people, it's their emotions. You would have to sort of gather what their stronger point is by that alone. But with mostly an event or a favourite place or normally something, some sounds, basically, you can generally guess them.
Thank you. So, because in a way, what we're talking about is if you do say to someone, can you visualize, can you see this place? It will conjure up emotions anyway. So you'll start to feel the feelings, because one thing will lead to another. That's brilliant. So I'm just thinking of anything else that you have to ask. If you've got any questions for Martin about hypnotherapy, then obviously I'll pass them on to him. You can contact me at Lauren with an E at movingontv.uk, or you can phone me on 07437 532 798. Because if you've got any questions that you want to put to Martin, then please contact me and we'll bring him back on and he will answer your questions. Because hypnotherapy is being used now all over the world to deal with so many conditions and so many different things. I'm just going to put it to Martin now of what things he actually does deal with and what can you expect from him if you call him for a session.
Thanks for that, Lauren. Essentially, hypnosis has been used for thousands of years. It fell out of favour, well, perhaps a couple of 100 years or so ago, because it used to be considered for operations, but eventually chloroform sort of replaced its use. So it's always been known to man, but it was never perhaps in vogue. Until recently. It's come back into, in the last maybe 40, 50 years, it's come back into being recognised, and you've had it as a very useful therapy or tool to help people achieve therapeutic change within their lives. In a sense, really, you say hypnotherapy, it's based on the word hypnos, it's a Greek word for sleep. You could also call it a focused state of attention, which helps the client access their inner strengths or inner talent for change, and it sort of buys into your natural abilities to help you change within yourself. You just need to be guided towards this focused state and to be directed into new ways of thinking. Of seeing a problem. So
what would you...
Or overeating, or emotional eating, or nail biting, or anything like that, then you could achieve by the inner state of focus to reframe or to reprogram the mind to overcome these habits and benefit yourself, or initiate a new habit where you can get the same pleasure, the same payoffs, if you like, but which is not so harmful to yourself and doesn't do your body damage. I mean, in particular, smoking and weight loss.
What other conditions would you use hypnotherapy for?
Well, you could do it for you could do it for any skin conditions, or eczema, or for IBS, for anything that's to do with the nervous system. There is a famous case where somebody was able to reverse a severe skin condition, which all medicine had failed to do, but hypnosis managed to achieve. You can also get people more confidence in a way that gives them that makes the most of who they are and what they've actually got within themselves. I think that's the main thing. It can't make you superhuman, but what talents you do possess, hypnosis can access them and make them use them, or help you to use them to the best of your abilities.
So in a way, you're doing a little bit similar to coaching. You're actually working on people's strengths instead of the weaknesses.
But
Is that what
you're
you're doing?
accessing an altered state of consciousness to do this, whereas coaching
Right.
would not do that. What you have, what you already possess, and realise what's within yourself, and give you that state of confidence and a state of determination, and a state of calm. And it's primeval. It's something that's been known for thousands of years, and really it's something that in the modern era which is being realised.
So you could really use this for anything, to give people motivation, to move them on in any way, if they have phobias or stress, any kind of stress, I suppose, if they're not sleeping properly. But I think also what you're doing is you're building rapport with another human being. You're giving them a chance to trust someone to help them to move on with their lives. So it could be anything. I expect people must come to you with lots of different conditions and,
Yes, yeah.
just ask you to try and do something to help them in some way. I have to ask you this is my playfulness, don't get nervous, but in a lot of old movies and things you always see them use a watch and they go like this. But you don't do that, do you? Or why would, how did it move on from that? Because now hypnotherapists wouldn't actually use
Well,
a
that's
watch
Hollywood style. A Hollywood style would use the old hypnotist stage tricks of eye fixation, which would help people to go down into a trance state, which again is a useful tool. You can do that. But some people, as I said at the start, are more susceptible to hypnosis than others. And that would work with some people easier than others, because it would cause eye strain, and eventually your eyelids would have to fall down. And it was very visible and very good for the old films to actually show, show the process in action. They wouldn't show somebody Milton Erickson style talking to somebody and getting them down into a trance in that way. They'd show something visible and demonstrable, which waving a watch from side to side particularly is.
But we do go into trance a lot in life. I mean, we were watching this film last night about dancers. Absolutely amazing, Desert Dancer. I won't go into it too much, but the way they were dancing, she had her hand in front of him and he was following her hand, and it was like he was going into trance. It was becoming more and more connected to the dance, and obviously we use it in driving, don't we?
Yeah, you can.
When you're driving, I mean, obviously you don't. What I'm trying to say is, you are 1 minute you're driving, then you think, oh, how did I get here? Because you're so focused, you're in that zone, basically.
Yes.
So in a way, we use it in life, and when you're doing the things that you love, particularly if you're on the stage. When you're on the stage in that space, like when I'm doing Piaf and I'm really there, you're in trance.
Yes.
You go into trance, and it's this feeling of, the only way I can express it is like everything disappears. And like when you did this on me just now, it's that feeling like everything has disappeared in a nice way, and all your problems are starting to become smaller, and you start to feel like you're letting go. So in a way, trance is letting go, isn't it?
Yes.
1 minute you're driving, then you think, oh, how did I get here? Because you're so focused, you're in that zone, basically.
Yes.
So in a way, we use it in life, and when you're doing the things that you love, particularly if you're on the stage, when you're on the stage in that space, like when I'm doing Piaf and I'm really there, you're in trance.
Yes.
You go into trance, and it's this feeling of, the only way I can express it is like everything disappears. And like when you did this on me just now, it's that feeling like everything has disappeared in a nice way, and all your problems are starting to become smaller, and you start to feel like you're letting go. So in a way, trance is letting go, isn't it?
Yes, well, it's an altered state of consciousness. If you do acting, if you do something, you're dancing, if you do something you really enjoy, then yes, you could sort of argue you've gone into a state of hypnosis in it, or trance state. But there are various forms of trance states. I mean, sleepwalking is a trance state, but that's so deep That you
that's a negative thing.
But you couldn't really sort of give suggestions to the mind on that sort of basis. But as I said before, we're trying to get between waking and sleeping, this halfway house where the rational conscious mind has closed down, and we're able to offer the subconscious mind suggestion, or positive beneficial suggestion, and to affect change within your life. And yes, dancing and acting, singing, anything, it can initiate a trance state.
Which is amazing, really. That's why we're doing this program for you, is because we don't want you to be scared. We don't want you to have this stigma of, oh my God, I'm going into trance. We're trying to explain to you, I mean, you could be having your favorite chocolate cake and you're going into trance. That's it. There's nothing to it. And you can put the plate down and walk off. And what happened to me today, if I wanted to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore, cut, I could have got off my seat and walked off. I didn't want to. So you need to know that with a hypnotherapy session, you are 100% in control. Isn't that right, Martin?
Mm.
And so is that what you would say to one of your clients?
Well, of course,
that if you want to end the session, just say, I'm sorry, it's not working.
If you're watching your favourite film, you know somebody's there knocking at the door that needs to come in, but you don't really want to go and answer the door. You want to carry on watching your favourite, whatever it is, film or whatever, game, football, whatever. And you could ostensibly break off from watching the film and answer the door. This is the sort of similar state that we're achieving. It's that sort of element of you are still in control, but you're so relaxed that you know this, so you don't feel under threat, and you know you've still got enough control within you to actually walk out or to come out of the trance state.
Sure. So just one more question before we end, because again, my father always used to tell me about a stage hypnotist, and again, I want to come back to that a little bit, where in Ireland, where he put everyone under and he said, go look for the leprechauns. And the whole audience, well, not the whole audience, it's how my dad exaggerated. Some people from the audience ran out and started looking for leprechauns. Now, what do they do to them? Which, of course, you're not doing. You're saying to anyone who comes to see you, if you want to come out of this, you're totally in control. What do stage hypnotists do to people where they completely can do something like that?
I've not really heard that story before anyway.
Yeah, my father used to tell me that.
I mean,
because that's the stigma.
Yeah, but
that's what we're trying to get rid of.
That goes back into what I said at the start, that some people are more susceptible to hypnosis, maybe up to 10% are very susceptible to hypnosis. This is what they are buying into it, and before that time, you've probably got them into a state of excitement. You've probably got them all in as a group strategy to get up off the floor, get up off their chairs, sit down again, to clap their hands, to sort of do all these things. You've probably got them all into a sort of state, a heightened state. And Tony Robbins does exactly the same thing.
In a good way.
In a good way, yes. So he then said, he probably bought into their sense of fun and all of that, and they said, go and look for the leprechauns and all the rest of it. That is part of entertainment, of the entertainment side of it. Maybe there's some people, as you said, were actually looking for leprechauns. Maybe they were just trying to have a good time, have a laugh. Some people were just having a bit of fun. But as I said, they normally would take the most susceptible of people to the trance state and work with them and pretty much get them to put on a show anyway. Yeah. So that they would be encouraging all of this, and that's how they work, the stage hypnosis. Well,
that's a brilliant answer. Thank you so much, Martin. Because if you look at the worst case scenario of hypnotizing a crowd, we all have situations like Hitler, where he managed to get a whole nation to be hypnotized by him, by actually rallying the crowd up and doing what you're saying, which what they do with more stage hypnotists. So I hope we've helped you move on a little bit with that. Moving on TV, we do everything we can to make you happy, to give you hope. So here we are, moving on TV, ending a wonderful session I've just had with Martin. Isn't it great? I've got this on tap all the time, but no, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes you have to help yourself as well, and you can learn to hypnotize yourself. You can help yourself to go into trance, but sometimes, as I say, life is not easy, and it's good to go and find someone like Martin who can help you, because they've got the expertise and they've got the patience and they know how to get you there just like that, if you trust. And if not, then you build it up, and at some point it gets easier and easier. You just have to go onto Martin's website, which is downtoearthhypnosis.yolasite.com. You can see it come up because we have got the advert, and read the testimonials and come and experience a real hypnotherapy session. If you want to come to the studio, then contact us, and I'm sure you will give another demo on Moving On TV. Martin also does Skype, is that right? You're now...
I also do Skype sessions. You can contact me over this medium of Skype, over the internet, and that would be helpful if you're living miles away, and basically you'll still have the face-to-face idiom or face-to-face medium with myself. So that's Martin Ottewill, Down to Earth Hypnosis, for smoking cessation, weight loss, phobias, and all manner and range of ailments and troubles you might have. Thanking you. Bye-bye.